Hello everyone and welcome to the workshop lesson number 4, where we create tests for Contact Us section. We enhance Contact Us feature tests by examples and create API tests. Based on last lessons or videos, you can see that login feature is not working properly. Now it's working, but we can expect that in the future it will not possible to test it, login feature, and I would like to prepare one more test here in Parabank website for Contact Us section, where user can fill name, email, phone and message inputs. Click on send to customer care button, and after you can verify successful message that your request was successfully sent. We can try it. That we write test name, email, some random email, phone and message. Login feature is not working properly. For example, click on send to customer care button and we can see that thank you and your name and customer care representative will be contacted you, which means that your request was sent successfully. So let's write these tests for Contact Us feature or section. So let's create new file, Contact Us feature in end-to-end folder. Copy this code and we can see that name of this feature Parabank workshop, scenario that user should send the form to customer care. We should open this website, click on Contact Us button, fill this contact form and send this form, and verify that form was sent to customer care. After, we need to update base page in page object folder for just adding locator for Contact Us button. Save it. After, we need to add method to the base page. We just add that we want to click on contact us button. Here's the locator and method click. After, we need to create new contact page in page object folder. New file, contact page. Let's copy this code. So here we want to, create contact page. We add import base page. Its contact page extends base page. It is a child. Contact page is child of base page parent class. I add here locators, name input, email input, phone, message, send button, locator, and text section. So I add here methods verify contact URL. So it means that we will verify based on URL that user successfully sent his request. After, I have prepared method fill the contact form. Just type these names, email, phone and message, click on send button. After, also I have prepared method here check send from to the customer care. We just checked the text here that customer care representative will be contacting you, which means it's your request was successfully sent. So, and after, we should create Contact Us file in step definitions folder. So step definitions folder, create new file, contactUs.typescript. We just import given when then, base page import, contact page import, and we just add, I click on contact us button and use methods from base page, add I fill the contact form and click on send button. So we have prepared here method where in parameters we can add our strings. It's a name, email, it's some phone number and message. Same like here, name, email, phone and message. So after I add step, I verify that form was sent to customer care, and I used method from contact page, check send form to customer care. This one. So let's try to use. So I need to go there. Open in Chrome. So click on Contact Us feature and just see that this test is working. So open Parabank website, click on Contact Us section, fill the form, click on Send button, and verify that form was sent to customer care based on this text. So nice, we have this text, we have this test, and we can use this test in the future. Let's enhance our Contact Us test in feature file by examples based on Cucumber documentation, opposite to prepare, for example here, 2 scenarios or more. For example, we can see here that in these scenarios, just changing these variables, just 12 cucumbers, 20 cucumbers, opposite writing 2 scenarios, we can write 1 scenario, just prepare these variables, start, eat, and left, and create examples. Just for 1 scenario, for start will be 12, for eat variable will be 5, for third variable will be 7. It means that this 1 scenario will run 2 times for 2 tests 2 times. So we can prepare something similar in our contact tests, where we will use for name test, for telephone this telephone number, and in this message we will use this message. It's one test, and second test we'll use this name, this telephone number, and this message. So for creating variables, we are using these delimited parameters. I create name, telephone, and message. If you want, you can create more. So you can prepare this feature file. You can copy it from my Notion file, and let's create step definitions here, and we need to rewrite our code, this method, and just add these variables. So I need to copy this sentence, paste in our step definition file. Opposite name, I would like to use string. So for example, opposite name, we need to write string here, that is string type. After opposite telephone, the same, and for message, all these variables are string. Here we need to write that its name and it is string type. And here for email variable, it's also string. In parameters, here telephone and message. So let's try to save it. So let's go back to feature file, see that it is name, telephone, message. Here we have a name, string, email, string, telephone, and message. Yeah, name, telephone, message, and we have here email. Yeah, we are not using email here, but we used before in this method, so it means we should use email also. Let's use email. So let's create variable here, email, add here in examples that we want to use email. So for that I need to write here email, this sign, let's use test.com and some random another email. Let's save it. Let's check our method. So I see the error here that we need to here in this method write the things here. And after in parameters just write names of the parameters here. So it should be seems like that we have sentence here, variables, types, it's strings, names with the names of these variables and type of these variables. We are writing that it's name string, email string, telephone and message, and after we are using from contact page this method with these parameters, and we can try to use it. So let's try. Open the Chrome browser and let's see on this test. So we have two tests, which is correct. So we have some problem here. Yeah, I see here some problem that Cypress cannot see step definitions. So let me fix it. So we had a mistake here that Cucumber doesn't see the step definition file, and I just trying to find some mistakes in our code, but I have found this mistake that I need here in Cucumber feature file have a quotes for these variables. Just save it and check our tests, and now we can see that it's working properly. We have two tests for one scenario. We can see that for name using tests, here using for email tests.com, and for second test using different data. For name it's QA test.com 777, another message here, and we can see that we are verifying that this request was sent by this message. So nice, we have it. I have updated this code in Notion, and we can continue. So let's start work with APIs. I have found some documentation for APIs for backend service. It's some booking service, for example, where user can create booking, update this booking, partial update, and delete this booking. So for better understanding, I have created collection based on this documentation for better understanding. For example, let's create some booking in this system. So for example, I have request create booking. I have found it in documentation. We can see that this request working with post method. I'm using post here. So I copy this URL restful-booker /booking. You can see the same here, restful-booker /booking. After we can see here that I can use body here and send some data for this request. For example, first name, last name, total price, deposit paid, it's boolean, true or false, booking dates, and additional needs. So for example, I would like to create booking with for Artem, total price, deposit paid, it's true, some dates here, booking dates, and additional needs lunch, and we can send this request, and we can see response here that I have booking ID, this number, and this booking have this response for our front end, for example. So now I can, based on this ID, I can find my booking here. Get booking, for example, it's here, and I can find it based on my ID. So this request using get method, I'm using get method, using this the same URL like here, and I can paste my ID here in the URL and send this URL, and I can get response answer from the server that this booking exists based on this data for Artem, which is deposit paid, for this booking date. And I can update this booking, for example. So I have found this request in documentation in Postman. For example, I want to update this booking with a new name, Arten123, for last name test123, total price 400. For deposit, booking dates, it can be some random dates, just updating. And additional needs, lunch here or dinner. Save it, and I can send it. Send, and so I have some error here because 403 it's a forbidden status code. It means that I have some mistake, so I should send it based on my ID. I send it. So again, I have some, yeah. So for this request, I need a cookie. I need a token. For this, I need to create this token here. Based on this documentation, first of all, I need to create token. For example, here I copy it, and I'm going to this update booking. I can update it here and send it. And now we can see that in backend that it's first name, new last name, new total price. If you can check it again in get booking. So you can see that this data is changed. And first of all, in Cypress, I want to create first requests for token creation. For that, we need to use post method for request this URL. This URL should have username and password. It's admin password 123. And that's it. Just send it and get every time some unique token, which we need for some responses in the future. For example, in update booking, in partial update booking, in delete booking, we need also this token. So let's start write these tests in Cypress. So for creation API tests, we need to create in end-to-end folder create APIs tests. Right here that we will have restful-booker API tests here. Let's create tests, this set of tests. After we need to create first test, it's a request token. Here we are using some default method from Cypress. It's requests that we want to use post method based on documentation, post method, this URL based on documentation also. After we want to send to the body this data, username admin and password 123, it's correct. And after we want check the response, we want to expect status code 200, and we want to take from the body, we want to take token and save it in authorization token variable. So I need to add this authorization token variable here, save it, and we can check that is worked properly. Let's open Cypress. Open in Chrome, and we want to run API test, and we have a correct status code, and we have this token and this token will be saved in token authorization token variable here. So let's write next test. For example, create booking, and we don't need for creation booking we don't need token. Okay, let's create a new test. Create booking, say request method post, URL this one, copy it, paste it. We can use this body. We want to send this data about the client. So, and we want to check status code. The status code will be 200. It's here. We don't need check some token. We don't need to save it in the variable authorization token. Save it and just check that is API test is working. Yes, it is working. We have a request 200. After the creation booking, we can update the booking based on documentation. Let's try to do that. Create new test. Let's give the name update booking. For this request, we need to use method put opposite post. That we need to change the body, change request or change data for this user. We want to change first name from Jim to James. So let's paste here. After we can expect response 200. Yes, success code is 200. And for this URL we need to ID. This ID we should get from create booking request. Let me show you. When we are creating a new booking reservation, we have every time new booking ID, and we need to take this booking ID value and save in the new variable. And now we need to create booking ID variable for saving this booking ID value. From create booking request, we need to get value booking ID field from the body, response body, and save this value to booking ID variable. And after, we can use it in the update booking. For that, we need to use a variable with a dollar and right here booking ID. For that, we need to use another type of the quotes. Save it and let's check. So we have an error 43 status 403 status code. This is ID. Let's check the code and documentation. So this is a mistake because of we are not using token in the headers. It's written here that we need to write cookie with unique token. So let's add here in the CI request method in parameters, add one more parameter, headers. let's write there contact type or just cookie. Let's write just a cookie. Quotes. Another type of quotes I think we need for using variable. So I'm adding this dollar. And right there, our variable, it's called authorization token. Save it and let's check that requested token. This one, create booking 200. This booking ID is saved, and this booking ID 5126 and expected code 200. So great. These variables are working. Authorization token and booking ID working correctly. So now we can delete our booking. So let's copy this request, give the name delete booking, using the method request delete. So URL is the same that we are using here as a ID. After we need to cookie is here, but we don't need the body we can delete here from the parameters of the request method. And here we can change the code successful status code from 200 to 201. Save it, and now created booking will be updated and after will be deleted. Let's check. So created booking, this booking ID, and this booking ID was deleted. So it's a API tests and another API test from the restful-booker you can add for yourself. You can add health check from the start. For example, from the start of this collection of the tests, API test, you can check that this API test or backend is working. Just ping it, just send the request, and it will say that yes, it is working. After you can add getting booking IDs, all booking IDs which have the database. After you can get booking ID, some specific booking ID, some unique, and you can get the response about this user, about this reservation. After you can add request with a partial update booking, where you can update partially some fields about the reservation. For example, just first name and last name. So that is all for today. So as a result, we create tests for contact us section. We enhance our contact us feature test by examples, and we create first API tests. So thank you for the lesson, and bye bye.